Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 45 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of All the Mods 8, where I'm about to get into Pneumatic craft. Step 1, blow up iron. Aha! Hey, not bad. So I got, a bit of iron, a little bit of compressed iron. So that'll let us get started in Pneumatic craft today. Boy, I'm getting full on discs. I know which items I don't have. I need to handle them. It's this guy that's hurting me a lot, and it's this guy that's hurting me a lot, and maybe a little bit of this guy, a little bit of that guy. Not a crazy amount. Oh, and raw azure silver. Yeah, I guess. You know what it's my void miners that's getting me my iridium. I bet that's where all that iridium came from. Look at all this raw ore that I have that I'm getting from my void miners. Yeah, that's definitely doing it. I need to get those things into drawers at some point. Maybe I should work on that nowish. Do we have a lot of all the modium stuff? Yeah, we have a lot of unobtainium in there. We have a lot of vibranium. Yeah, I think. Do I have unobtainium in this drawer system? Or am I crazy? Where is the unobtainium? So here's the trick, right? If I break this, we're no longer auto importing. Turn my magnet back on. I had turned it off for the... And now if I set this to only work with redstone signal, you can easily see which items are in the disk system and not in the drawer system, right? So then I set you back to ignore redstone, and I place this block back down, and now we're, back up and running. Cool. So now it's an easy way to know exactly which items I did a bad job of handling. What I should do is move these cables behind the wall. Then I can have another row of compressed block dudes, and I should probably move this guy over and have what I could do is something like this and this. So on the up will be the extract, and on the down will be the insert, and then we're cool again. Nice. And then I can have functional drawers. We should probably get mostly these. Yeah, I'm thinking that might be cool. Yeah. The other one that's really filling me up is this guy, lithium dust. I should not be storing that where I am. That should also be going into a thing. Yeah, I'm a mess, aren't I? Let me tell you. I've been very sloppy. Very, very sloppy. Flax seeds, super sloppy, right? So I've got plenty of these guys ready to go. I might put some of these guys into some 2x2 drawers, because I can throw a bunch of these into there, and that would make for bigger storage capability for at least some of them. That's probably a good idea, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So I don't have you ready to go yet, but let's do this. I wanna do a little bit of cleanup today. What I can do is move cables like this. Okay. And that means we can remove this whole setup. Is that cool? And in fairness, well, I mean, we do have a bunch of dire wire going on. Holy cow, is it a mess? But do I even need what's going on back here? Like, if I looked back here, I bet with one single cable block, we could remove this whole line. Is that cool? Now, why are you off? Oh, I see why you're off. 2 single cable blocks. Now everybody's back online? Yeah! That's better, right? Isn't that better? I feel like that's better. Definitely better. Okay. So now with everybody being happy again, I can... let's get from functional. I need to clean up my drawers. But then the other thing I wanted to do today... Did I never teach you how to make compacting drawers? I should. The other thing I wanted to get started today was pneumatic craft repressurized. So compacting drawers, please. Yeah, you can make all that. Cool. And it won't hurt to just grab 10 of them. We're at the point where resources are starting to mean less to me. So I can kind of do whatever I want-ish. Cool. Now, you should all get locked. Cool. And then I can add you. Cool. Okay. And then let's make sure that you have a large amount of storage for these upgrades, right? So 1, 2, 3. But you all want to get voiding. I might as well put all the voidings in there for now. And maybe get 10 more of these. Beautiful. So these 3 is where my all the modium will go. It's where the vibranium will go and where the unobtainium will go. Okay. So you can be this. I guess you don't have nuggets. That's fine. Or you maybe do have nuggets and you just chose not to. I'm pretty sure they have nuggets, but whatever. Okay, so that handles that. Over here, I think I'm going to add at the bottom, you're going to be 1, 2, and you already have a void upgrade, so you're cool. So what if we put in this and this? And you're going to hold 295,000? That should be enough. That should be enough. Okay. This. And we already have a drawer for stars, right? Are you getting close to filled? No, not even close. Good, good, good. And then how about the flax seeds? I don't think flax seeds super need to be... Do I have a better drawer for them? I actually do. You can be flax seeds. And you're void upgrading, right? I don't need more than 512 flax seeds. Okay. Cool, cool. And that looks pretty good to me in terms of the crazy amount of nonsense that we're collecting. I could process my gold. I don't know how much I care about Azure Silver. Boy, do I have a lot of flax. You are going to be used to make string, right? Weren't you going to be used to make string? You are. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should hold a decent amount of flax. How about you can have one of these? That should be cool. And then void the rest. That should work. All right, anything else that I had a crazy amount of items for that I didn't care about? I should void these. I should throw this in here, so I'm going to do that. Okay. I don't know that Azure Silver is useful for much, but we'll find out. And that is pretty cleaned up, I think, at this point. As long as I dump the gold, and then we have a bunch of raw ores that we're going to have to process at some point. So you can go in there, and then you should be processing all that gold. Nice. All right, now I'm going to... Now, apparently, Elite Disk Manipulator... Yeah, I did this one. There's higher tiers of Disk Manipulator. Can I try the Ultra or the Creative? Ooh, Creative. That sounds fun. That sounds kind of cool. If I break you, do you do anything? You're still connected somehow, so cool. So Elite Disk Manipulator. I'll come back in a minute once I'm ready. I can only assume that this is faster. I'm not going to go... Do I even know how to make these guys? I don't even know. Do I? I don't. I'm just going to try it out by itself and see what happens. So this is the Ultra Disk Manipulator. What I want to do is have you... Do you not accept stack upgrades? You do speed upgrades, but you don't take stack upgrades? Okay. That's weird. Because the previous tier's disk manipulators do stack upgrades. You guys know that, right? So why don't you take stack upgrades? I don't know. Don't look at me. I just work here. All right. So now if I were to take this disk out and put it in here, I feel like I should back this world up before I do this. Isn't there a backup command? Where did all my power go? Everything just shut off for a second. What just happened? You've got power. So why is everything offline? Everything went offline for a sec, but it's back now. Okay. We're not having power problems. We can't possibly be having power problems, right? Nope. Input 1.18, output less than that. So yeah, we're good. We're at 73 billion. RF stored. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to do a quick backup. All right, so the mod is simple backups, and you have to be in cheat mode to manually kick off a backup, which I don't love. So I had to enable cheat mode, so if you see cheat mode on for the rest of the episode, I assure you I am not cheating in items. I am only putting on cheat mode so I could kick off a backup manually, because for some reason I guess you need to be, in an admin to kick off a backup. I guess that makes sense if you were on a server. So anyway, now that we've done that, let's try this out. So I'm going to take this guy, and what it should do is remove all the items that were in it, and let's see how fast you are, because that is definitely a concern for me. Not quite as fast as I would have hoped. See, the reason I wanted to get this guy was I was hoping for him to be faster, but whatever. Let's also get some more 64K discs. 4 I should be able to pull off, right? Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah. So I'm going to clean this up. Basically, it's going to be me doing this. And then what should happen is, because this is a high priority, anything that's in there, like these guys and these guys, are going to, see, we've already moved 2.3K unobtainium into the drawer system because drawer system has higher priority. Cool. So now there should be none of those items in the disks when we're done, and that'll just be cleaner. So I'll be back when this is all completed. So hey, check that out. With just a little bit of effort, I now have less than one full disk, and everything else is empty. Not too shabby. All right, now back to refined storage, because that is, or not refined storage, Pneumatic craft, repressurized. So let's get into that bad boy for today. So we know we need a pressure chamber, and we're going to need a compressor. What I'm thinking I would like to do is the liquid compressor, because we will probably eventually want an advanced liquid compressor, but we'll start with a basic one. We should get some... Let's do this. We should get some pressure tubes and a few other things ready to autocraft. But let me talk to you about why I want this. So pressure chamber walls, pressure chamber glass. We should teach you how to make that. What are these? Reinforced bricks, pressure chamber walls. That should be fine. Yep. So let's get all this stuff ready to go, shall we? I can clean up all these dudes that I did. And I might want the book ready, so we'll hang on to that, and I probably don't need you right now. Cool. All right, so pressure chamber walls. We'll want reinforced bricks, which is what? Reinforced stone, which is that. Should be easy peasy. And we'll want the regular liquid compressor for now. We'll eventually get the advanced one. And we'll want an air compressor, sure. We'll want pressure tubes. We'll want small fluid tanks. That all looks pretty straightforward. So anything else I super duper need right now? That's probably most of it. I'm thinking in my head. But we do need the pressure chamber valve, though, which I should do this way. And the pressure chamber interface, which I'll do this way. And then we can do the input-output thing. So I'd like to quickly get all of this up and running today, if I can, or at least as much as I can. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the room that I did the FTB industrial contraptions. So this is where I will put my pressure chamber and all that stuff. And we'll do a setup with ethylene. So what I did between episodes, it was not a lot, but I did it, is get a rotary condensator hooked up right next to my ethylene maker, right? So as much as this guy is producing power, I don't know that I need him to do that anymore. Probably not, right? Let's stop wasting this. Redstone, normal. So now you require redstone to run, which means that you are going to stop. And you shouldn't be running anymore at all. Because I'm pretty sure the only thing I was using this liquid ethylene for was this guy, and now this guy. Let's get some purple wool. Does that sound like a good color for things? So purple dye, I could probably get a couple of you. I want a couple of you. And then an ender tank with purple wool. Okay. And then you're going to side constate fluids, output to the top, eject on, which means that you're now running again and you are full of liquid ethylene. Cool? Which I'm pretty sure is what we need for the liquid compressor. And you'll note that we are, doing this again. So now all of our ethylene is going towards the liquid compressor, or will be, in a moment. Cool. Now, what do we want to do by way of pressure chamber? Do we want to do... We could probably do... do we want to do the big one? Maybe. Let me think. Do we just go big or go home, right? 5x5 is the biggest. So we could blop this dude, I don't know, like right here. We could put him down one layer. Let's make sure that we're not crossing any chunk boundaries, though. So if I popped him there, does that sound cool? I mean, he's not quite in the middle of the room, right? What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could probably move him over a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. You know what? Actually, I just noticed this. This is not the edge of this room. Should I be chunk loading this area? He might already be chunk loaded. Yeah, he is, so we're cool here. And how about over here? Are you chunk loaded? Yeah. So everything's good. Yeah, I did a horrible job with this room and chunk alignment. Like, really, really awful and terrible. So I could do that, or I could more, like, right align him to the room. Part of me wants to at least be able to do 3 sides of this. But let's move him over just a little bit. So what if we just put him here? Just planning out a little bit. That would look good, I think. And then we could have, maybe some right here could be some of the generators, right? And then yeah, we could have some things here, and then we could also have some things here, and that would be good, I think. Why not? I don't know. I'm just winging this at this point. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. So clearing this all out. I am just winging it. I do love this Paxel, though. Have I mentioned that? I hope so. So pressure chamber walls, we're going to want 5x5, 25, and then, right, and so 50 for the top. And then we're going to want 3 on each side. So times 4 is 12. So 62. So let's just do an even 64. Should be easy. And then we're going to want windows, a 3x3 of windows on each face. So that would be 9 times 4 is 36. So roughly 40. And then, yeah, we're going to want some pressure tubes. We're going to want a pressure chamber valve. We'll start with 1, and then we'll put more on as we need. Because as we know, that can be a problem pretty quickly. And then we're going to want 2 interfaces. You don't know how to make hoppers? Dyer, please. I would go home and teach it how to make hoppers, but I'm trying to do something here. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3. I missed one, I know. I did what now? You vandal. Breaking machines like that is so uncivilized. Consider sneak right clicking with the macrons instead, especially this machine. Oh, okay, cool. Sneak right click with a pneumatic wrench instead. Oh yeah, we're gonna want one of these. Might as well get it now. Actually, yeah, no, that's fine to stay. And then you. And I should have 2 extra, right? Perfect. Sweet. That is looking good. And this guy's doing the same weirdness with multi-block connected texture dudes, but we'll figure what that's all about in a bit. So how about here can be my valve. Hooray! I had a feeling once the multi-block formed, the connected texture thing wouldn't be a problem anymore. And luckily, I was right about that. And then if we wanted to, we could have... we could just do input-output on kind of the same side. Is this still on? Yeah, no, it's good. So we could have the interface here and here. And then I could just have your interface is... Do I change that here now, or do I just rotate him? Importing items. I might need to do that. Pretty sure I do, actually. And then it did not form correctly. Multi-block, please. I had to figure out what mod is breaking that. A couple people have made suggestions in the comments on what it might be, but I don't want to say anything until I actually test and confirm. Yeah, it works. Cool. All right, so chamber complete, ready to go. Now I would like a liquid compressor. Did I teach you those? Liquid compressors. Let's start with 3. Does that sound like a good number? I like that number. Winging it, guys. Totally winging it. So I could put these 3 like this, right? And then connect you guys up like so. And that would be cool. And then we're going to want pipes. But some low version ones. We don't need anything too crazy. One thing I do like about the mechanical pipes and stuff from Mechanism, there is a reason to use the lower tier ones, right? I generally want to use the lower tier unless I really need that high level of transfer, because that buffer, you don't want like a bunch of wasted fluid, right? Okay. So now how about you guys all need a redstone signal, high signal? High signal, high signal. And if I run this along here, is that gonna, that may not. We're gonna find out. I really want that redstone 10 mod that I had in my Let's Play series, because that was so cool. Redstone setting prevents, yeah, so that may be a problem. What was the name of that thing? I don't think it's in here, though. But I remember really liking that thing. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's not in the pack. Pretty sure it's not. I remember looking for it before. Alright, we'll figure something out in a minute. There will be a way to do this. I may need to leak into the adjacent chunk, but I'll figure it out one way or another. We could do it with laser IO, to be fair. But we'll see. Let's start with... we'll just start with this. Which is a very derpy way to do it. But it gets the job done. So now you should be getting ethylene. And if we remember from our fuel availabilities, liquid ethylene's like one of the best fuels you can use, right? Absolutely super good. 18 milliliters of air per millibucket of fluid, so they're very efficient. and the burn rate is up there. It's not quite as good as refined fuel and gasoline, but pretty darn good. So, you know, if we look at, for example, what else have we used in the past? Lava has like a really low burn rate. All these other molten things have a low burn rate. Even if we went like, you know, your best burn rate is going to be refined fuel or gasoline, but liquid ethylene is pretty darn good. So you should be building up pressure. Now we should be able to, using this guy, let's get ourselves a pressure gauge and turn that into a pressure gauge tube module. Pretty sure that's what we want. Yes, and he will emit a redstone signal based on the pressure in this tube, right? And then we basically want to do the whole math thing. Now, once we get PCBs and module expansion cards, then we can make this the better version. But for now, we're going to have to do this thing. Okay. So we'll do something like that. And then we could probably just do our laser IO bit now. So how about we take you guys? Give me some more nodes. Okay. And what I'll do is I will make you guys run on a low signal instead. Then we don't have to mess with NOT gates and all that nonsense. Okay. So that if I were to put you here, here, and here, and then you're going to be, this side gets a redstone output. Weak is fine. That shouldn't take too long to craft. You can also be redstone output weak signal. You can be redstone output weak signal. We're going to need this to connect you guys. And then you're going to be redstone input to there. Cool. So now, if and when you were to be emitting a redstone signal, these guys would all stop running. Cool. That's what I want to see. Perfect. So now we'll just wait for this thing to get to a decent bar pressure. I think it's 0.5 bar per. So when it hit 0.5, it'll be 1, right? So then 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. This may be perfect by pure chance. Totally winged it, may be perfect. We'll find out. But it's very possible that when it hits 4.5 here, it'll trigger that thing on, and then that's the highest you want to go, at least for now, until we get better dudes. Cool. So that's the first bit of pressure going on. Sweet. Now, if we really wanted to, we could probably do... That shouldn't be too terrible, right? And that should speed up our pressure. Now, remember, air takes a while to stabilize, right? So, like, we're generating the pressure here. It takes a while before it all balances between all the things. So, give it a minute. It'll get there eventually, right? But, like, it takes a minute to get to this point. And everything balance out. You look like you're a little bit higher than either of these two, which is kind of funny to me. I don't know why you're so much higher right here. But whatever. You'll figure it out. So I'll come back in a minute once this builds up, and I'm ready to do the next bit. Actually, you know what? I think we're actually pretty close to wrapping up point. So how about we wrap up the episode here? We come back next episode. We'll have a decent amount of pressure stored, and then I'll be ready to progress through Pneumatic Craft, right? So I think our first priority should really be to get the assembly line. So we look at Pneumatic Craft, we want the assembly line machines so that we can get PCBs and all that stuff going pretty quickly. So we're going to want all of you guys, okay, which means we're going to want finished PCBs. So I want to teach it how to make these two things and the unassembled PCB, which, as you guys remember, is the whole etching tank process. So we're going to need an etching tank. We're going to need etching acid. We're going to need an empty PCB, which needs a UV light box and an empty PCB. And then you're going to be, yeah, one of these guys. Cool. Okay. And then we'll also need plastic. That's going to be a big part of this. Remember, that's the whole heat frame cooling thing. And we're going to need molten plastic. So we're going to need to cool molten plastic. And that's made with a thermopneumatic processing plant with either LPG or biodiesel. Is there a cool way to get biodiesel that's a little bit easier? Remember, we want LPG, and then we also want... What's the other thing we need for the speed upgrades? Lubricant, right? Lubricant. That's another thing we're going to want. And that is also made in a thermopneumatic with biodiesel or diesel. So if I got biodiesel, we could really use it for both the redstone dust, and then we wouldn't have to worry about oil either. So I think biodiesel might be the way we go. How about we do the Pneumaticraft biodiesel thing? Because I liked that last time I did it. That's the one where you have to like drop... Fluid mixer. Yeah, that's the ethanol and seed oil thing. Yeah, remember we have a lot of seeds. Yeah. And ethanol and glycerol makes biodiesel. No, that's a byproduct. Yeah. It's just seed oil or vegetable oil or plant oil. Right? And seed oil, plant oil, vegetable oil. Yeah, this is the one we want. Vegetable oil, not seed oil. We want Pneumaticraft's that. And then ethanol from Pneumaticraft ethanol. I want to do the Pneumaticraft thing the whole way. And that is yeast. Remember yeast? Yeah. Yeast is the one where you can do like, you drop sugar into yeast. If there's water next to it, it'll turn into more yeast. And then that's a whole automation thing. So that'll be fun, I think, to set all this up. So let's come back next episode. We'll get biodiesel going so that we can get basically unlimited of everything, and that'll be cool. Now, real quick, sugarcane we have some of. Sugarcane can be made with nature essence. Do I have nature essence? I do. I have almost 2,000 of them. So sugarcane we should be good on. Seeds we should be good on, right? So sugar we're good on. What else do I have to worry about? Anything? I don't think so. Vegetable oil is made with, you know, kind of any seeds. Can't I make wheat seeds with nature thingy? Maybe not. Maybe not. I can make pumpkins, though. So I can make pumpkins with nature essence, and then I can convert them into pumpkin seeds, and that can be used to make the thing I need. All right, Devil20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Coming back next time to get this whole thing going. For now, take it easy.